Let me ask you a simple question. How many of you want to be physically strong? Most hands would go up, right? We go to the gym, we do yoga, we jog, we eat healthy. But here's the funny thing. How many of us regularly exercise our mind? How many of us have a gym membership for the brain? You see, physical strength helps you lift weights, but mental strength helps you lift life. And life will throw weights much heavier than dumbbells, rejection, betrayal, failure, loss. The secret is not just to look strong, but to become strong here, point to head and heart. Today, let's explore the secret of becoming mentally strong. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. This is one of the greatest secrets of mental strength. But let's be honest, it's also one of the hardest things to practice. You see, most of the stress in our life doesn't come from the events themselves. It comes from our desperate attempt to control things that are not in our hands. Think about it. The weather is not in our control. The economy is not in our control. Other people's behavior, their words, their moods, not in our control. And yet, how much energy do we waste in trying to change those things? Imagine someone shouting at you in traffic. You didn't do anything wrong, but they're angry. Now you have two choices. You can either spend the next few hours replaying that scene, getting upset, raising your blood pressure, or you can smile, move on, and save your peace of mind. Who loses when you try to control what you cannot? You do. Who wins when you let go? Again, you do. Mental strength is not about fighting everything. It's about choosing your battles wisely. When we learn to control what we can, our attitude, our effort, our responses, we step into true power. And when we let go of what we can't, other people's opinions, their approval, the outcome of every situation, we protect our peace. It's like holding a rope that's burning your hand. The harder you grip it, the more it hurts. But the moment you let it go, you're free. So many of us live life like a person trying to stop the waves of the ocean with our bare hands. Impossible, right? But if you can't stop the waves, you can learn to surf. Life's waves will come, sometimes small, sometimes huge. You can't control the ocean, but you can always control your surfboard. And that surfboard is your mind. Strength doesn't mean controlling everything. Strength means knowing what to hold on to and what to release. That balance, that wisdom, is what makes a person truly unshakable. Shift from complaining to gratitude. This is like shifting from darkness to light. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who always complains? The weather is too hot, the traffic is too slow, the food is not perfect, people are not nice enough. And if by chance all of those things go well, they'll still complain about how tomorrow might not be the same. Complaining becomes a habit. It drains your energy, and it drains the energy of everyone around you. Now here's the truth: life will never be perfect. If we wait for everything to be flawless before we feel happy, we will keep waiting forever. Complaining is like carrying a bag full of stones. Every small irritation, every small dissatisfaction adds another stone to the bag. You don't see it immediately, but over time, that bag gets heavier and heavier. Gratitude, on the other hand, is like taking those stones out one by one until your load becomes light. Let me give you an example. Imagine waking up in the morning. You can either complain, "Why is it so early? Why do I have so many problems to deal with? Why is life so unfair?" Or you can wake up and say, "Thank you that I'm alive today. Thank you that I have eyes to see the sunrise. Thank you that I have work to do, people to care for, challenges to grow from." Which of these two mindsets will make you mentally stronger? the one rooted in gratitude. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring problems. It doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means choosing to see what is good even in the middle of the bad. A grateful heart says, "Yes, this storm is difficult, but thank God I have the strength to face it. Yes, I may have lost something, but I'm grateful for what remains." When you train your mind to notice blessings, your mind becomes resilient. Complaining magnifies suffering. Gratitude magnifies strength. And here's the beauty: gratitude is contagious. When you express it, it uplifts others. It creates an atmosphere of positivity. A complaining heart pulls people away from you, but a grateful heart draws people close. And when you're surrounded by positivity, you naturally become stronger. So, the next time you're tempted to complain about your boss, your spouse, your parents, your friends, or even your life, pause. Ask yourself, is there at least one thing here I can be grateful for? The moment you find it, you'll feel the shift. Your mind becomes lighter. Your strength grows deeper. Mental strength is not just about resisting negativity. It's about replacing it with appreciation. It's about training your brain to see the rose, not just the thorns. It's about saying, yes, life is not perfect, but life is still precious. And when you live with that attitude, no challenge can truly break you. Embrace discomfort and challenges. This is where real mental strength is built. Let's be honest, all of us love comfort. We love soft pillows, easy routines, familiar situations. Comfort feels safe. But here's the paradox of life. The more we cling to comfort, the weaker we become. The more we step into discomfort, the stronger we grow. Think about the gym. If you keep lifting the same small weights every day, you will never grow stronger. Muscles grow when they are stretched, when they feel that burn, when they experience resistance. It is the same with the mind. If you always stay in your comfort zone, avoiding challenges, avoiding failure, avoiding discomfort, your mind never develops resilience. But when life gives you problems, setbacks, and struggles, it's actually giving you weights to lift. Let me share an image with you. Picture a butterfly struggling to come out of its cocoon. The process looks painful, even cruel. You might feel like helping it, tearing the cocoon so it can fly easily. But if you do that, the butterfly will never develop the strength in its wings. The struggle is what makes it capable of flying. Without the struggle, it remains weak. In the same way, our discomfort, our challenges, our hardships, these are not punishments. They are training grounds. They prepare us to fly. Most of us pray for an easy life. But what if instead we prayed for a strong mind? Because life will never be easy. Discomfort will come: losing a job, facing rejection, failing an exam, having conflicts in relationships. You can't escape these. But you can choose your response. You can either say, "Why me? Why is this happening?" Or you can say, "What is this teaching me? How can I grow from this?" That shift in mindset is where your true strength is built. Look at every successful person, every inspiring leader, every wise elder. None of them became strong in comfort. They became strong in discomfort. They faced rejection, they faced loss, they faced ridicule, they faced failure. But instead of running away, they leaned into the challenge. And that leaning in made them unshakable. When you embrace discomfort, something magical happens. You stop fearing life. You begin to see that storms don't come to destroy you. They come to clear your path. You begin to realize that every mountain you climb makes your legs stronger. You begin to trust that you are tougher than the test. So, the next time you face discomfort, maybe it's a difficult conversation, a tough exam, a failed plan, don't run away. Breathe, Face it, learn from it, thank it. Because that challenge is not breaking you, it's shaping you. That discomfort is not a curse, it's a gift in disguise. Remember, comfort creates weakness. Discomfort creates warriors. If you want to be mentally strong, don't pray for fewer problems. Pray for greater courage. Don't avoid the storm. Learn to dance in the rain. And when you embrace life's discomforts with that spirit, no obstacle can stop your growth. Detach from people's opinions. If there's one trap that steals our peace more than anything else, it is this. Most of us live like prisoners in the jail of other people's thoughts. We dress a certain way, not because we like it, but because, what will people say? We post something on social media, and our mood for the entire day depends on how many likes or comments we get. We choose careers, partners, even hobbies, based not on what we truly want, but on what will get us approval. But here's the hard truth, no matter what you do, you can never satisfy everyone. If you speak too much, they'll call you arrogant. If you stay quiet, they'll call you boring. If you're too ambitious, they'll say you're greedy. If you're too humble, they'll say you lack drive. People will talk and talk and talk. If you spend your life trying to silence every opinion, you will exhaust yourself before you even begin to live. Let me tell you a small story. A man and his son were walking with their donkey to the market. First, the man rode the donkey while the boy walked. People said, "Look at that cruel father making the poor boy walk." So the man got down and the boy rode the donkey. Then people said, "Look at that spoiled child making his father walk." So both of them rode the donkey. Now people said, "How cruel!" Both of them are overloading the poor animal. Finally, they both walked alongside the donkey. And people said, "How foolish! They have a donkey and no one is riding it." Do you see the point? No matter what they did, someone had an opinion. If you keep living by people's opinions, you will end up carrying the donkey on your shoulders. That is the weight many of us carry today, the burden of unnecessary approval. And it is heavy. Mental strength is learning to detach from this weight. It doesn't mean becoming rude or arrogant. It means respecting people's opinions, but not being ruled by them. It means listening, but not letting it dictate your peace. When you know who you are and what you stand for, people's words become like passing wind. You feel it, but it doesn't shake your roots. Ask yourself, who are you living for? The answer should not be for them. Live for your values, for your growth, for your purpose. People's opinions change like the weather. One day they praise you, the next day they criticize you. If your self-worth rises and falls with their words, you will always remain unstable. But if your self-worth comes from within, your integrity, your character, your truth, then no opinion can control you. Remember this, people will talk, whether you succeed or fail, whether you rise or fall. So you might as well live authentically. You might as well follow your path with courage. Because at the end of the day, when you rest your head on your pillow, it won't be their opinions that comfort you. It will be your own conscience. Detach from people's opinions, and you will find freedom. And in that freedom lies unshakable mental strength. Practice emotional balance, respond. Don't react. This is one of the deepest signs of true mental strength. Most of us live like a balloon filled to its maximum capacity. A small prick, someone's word, someone's action, and we burst. We shout, we fight, we cry, we regret later. This is what happens when we live in a state of reaction, not response. Reaction is instant. It is emotional. It is driven by ego. Somebody insults you, and before you can even think, Your tongue shoots back a harsher insult. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, and before your brain processes, your hand is already on the horn, your temper boiling. That's reaction. And the problem with reaction is that once it's out, you can't take it back. Words said in anger, actions done in rage, they leave scars that no apology can fully erase. Response, on the other hand, is conscious. It comes from wisdom, not impulse. Somebody insults you. You pause, you breathe, you assess, is it even worth replying? You may choose silence, or you may choose a calm but firm answer. Either way, you stay in control. Somebody cuts you off in traffic. You take a breath, realize honking won't fix it, and carry on with peace intact. Response is not weakness, it is strength. It takes far greater power to control yourself than to control others. Think of it like this. Imagine holding a glass of water. If your hand shakes suddenly, the water spills everywhere. That's reaction, spilling emotions all over the place. But if your hand is steady, the glass stays full. That's response, keeping your emotions balanced no matter what shakes you. Let me share a story. A monk was once insulted harshly by a passerby. Instead of getting angry, he smiled. His disciple asked, "Master, how can you stay calm when he disrespected you so much?" The monk replied, "If someone gives you a gift and you refuse to accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The disciple said, "To the one who tried to give it." The monk said, "Exactly. His anger, his insult, it stays with him. I don't need to accept it." That is emotional balance, choosing not to drink the poison handed to you. Life will always test your emotions. Someone will betray you. Someone will disappoint you. Someone will misunderstand you. You can't control their actions, but you can always control your response. Mental strength is not about never feeling anger, sadness, or fear. It is about not letting those emotions drive your actions blindly. It is about feeling deeply, but acting wisely. And here's something powerful. When you practice responding instead of reacting, people begin to respect you. They see you as stable, dependable, unshakable. You become a calm presence in a chaotic world. That's leadership, that's strength. So the next time you feel your emotions rising like a storm, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, do I want to be a slave to this moment, or do I want to master it? That pause is the birthplace of response. And every time you choose response over reaction, you build another brick in the wall of your mental strength. True strength is not in lifting heavy weights. True strength is in lifting heavy emotions without letting them crush you. And when you master this, you become unstoppable. Develop self-discipline. This is the backbone of mental strength. Without discipline, the mind becomes like a wild horse. Powerful, yes, but out of control. With discipline, that same horse becomes a force that can carry you anywhere you want to go. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is not talent, not intelligence, not even luck. It is discipline. Think about it. Everyone knows what is good for them. We all know eating junk food daily is harmful. We all know scrolling endlessly on the phone steals our time. We all know waking up late makes us sluggish. We all know exercising, reading, meditating, working hard, these are good for us. The problem is not knowledge. The problem is discipline. Knowing what to do and not doing it is the greatest weakness of the human mind. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. That's where true strength lies. Anybody can work hard when they're motivated, but discipline is working hard when you're tired, when you're bored, when nobody is watching, when there is no applause. Motivation is temporary, it rises and falls like waves. Discipline is permanent. It's the anchor that holds you steady no matter how stormy the sea gets. Let me give you an example. A student preparing for exams has two choices every night: open the book or open social media. Motivation might push him for a few days, but eventually the mood fades. Discipline is what will make him choose the book again and again until he passes. Or take a musician, discipline is practicing daily scales even when no inspiration strikes. Take an athlete, discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. for training even when the bed feels warm and inviting. Success is not built on random bursts of inspiration, it's built on daily habits, on discipline. There's a story of a bamboo tree. When you plant it, for the first 5 years you water it, nurture it, but nothing seems to grow above the ground. People may laugh at you, saying, "Why are you wasting your time?" But in the 6th year, suddenly, the bamboo shoots up, sometimes 60 feet in just 6 weeks. Did it grow in 6 weeks? No, it was growing invisibly all those years, developing its root system deep underground. That is what discipline looks like. You may not see results immediately. You may not get applause for your consistency, but silently, beneath the surface, you are building strong roots. And one day, the results will explode. But here's the key: discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. A person without discipline is a slave to their impulses: hungry, eat; lazy, sleep; angry, shout; distracted, scroll. But a person with discipline is free. They choose their actions. They control their impulses. They live by design, not by default. That freedom gives peace, confidence, and power. So, how do you build discipline? Start small. Don't promise yourself you'll run a marathon tomorrow. Start with 10 minutes of walking every day. Don't promise you'll meditate for an hour. Start with 5 minutes. Don't say you'll read a book in a day. Read 5 pages. Consistency is more important than intensity. Small daily acts of discipline, repeated over time, create massive transformation. And here's the beauty: discipline in one area of life spills into others. If you discipline your body, your mind becomes sharper. If you discipline your time, your relationships improve. If you discipline your emotions, your decisions get wiser. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Remember, talent may open the first door, but discipline is what keeps you inside the room. Motivation may spark the fire, but discipline is what keeps it burning through the night. Without discipline, you will always be at the mercy of moods. With discipline, you will rise above moods and create a life of strength, stability, and success. True mental strength is not in doing what feels good. It's in doing what is good, again and again, until it becomes part of who you are. Turn setbacks into lessons. This is one of the greatest secrets of mental strength. Because let's be honest, life will never move in a straight line. We all dream of smooth success, a clear path, a climb without falls. But reality is full of stumbles, rejections, failures, disappointments. And here's the truth: nobody in history ever became great without facing setbacks. The difference is simple. Weak minds see setbacks as the end. Strong minds see setbacks as the beginning of something new. Imagine a child learning how to walk. What happens? He takes a step, falls, cries, then tries again. He falls 10 times, maybe 20 times. But not once does he say, "Maybe walking isn't for me." He just keeps trying until one day he walks. And once he does, nobody remembers how many times he fell. We cheer for the success, forgetting the failures that built it. If a child can accept falling as part of learning, why do we, as adults, think failure is final? There's a story about Thomas Edison. When asked about the thousands of times he failed before inventing the light bulb? He replied, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the mindset of mental strength. He didn't see setbacks as dead ends. He saw them as lessons, as experiments, as stepping stones. And because of that attitude, he gave light to the entire world. The truth is, every setback carries a lesson wrapped inside it. Fail an exam. The lesson is not, I am dumb. The lesson might be, I need a better method of studying. Lose a job. The lesson is not, I'm worthless. The lesson might be, I need to grow, to adapt, to explore new opportunities, face heartbreak. The lesson is not, love doesn't exist. The lesson might be, I must value myself more and choose wisely next time. Strong people don't ask, why me? They ask, what can I learn from this? Think of a bow and arrow. When the bow pulls the arrow backward, it feels like a setback, like going in the wrong direction. But the purpose of pulling back is to launch the arrow forward with greater force. In the same way, life's setbacks may feel like you're moving backward, but they are preparing you for a stronger, faster leap forward. The problem is, most people stop at the pain of the setback. They get stuck in self-pity, in anger, in regret. But mental strength means moving from pain to purpose. It means saying, yes, this hurt me. Yes, this delayed me, but it didn't destroy me. It taught me something that success could never teach me. And here's a secret: setbacks build humility. Success can make us proud, but failure grounds us. It reminds us that we are human, that we need to grow, that we still have more to learn. And humility is the soil where true wisdom grows. So, the next time life knocks you down, don't stay on the ground. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How can I use this experience to grow stronger? Then rise with that lesson in your heart. Because one day, when you look back, you will realize your biggest setbacks were actually your biggest teachers. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Each fall is a step on the staircase to greatness. Weak people see a wall and stop. Strong people see a wall and learn how to climb it. Mental strength is not in avoiding setbacks. It is in transforming them into stepping stones. And once you master that art, nothing in life can truly defeat you. Surround yourself with positivity. This is like choosing the air you breathe for your mind. Just as your lungs need clean oxygen, your mind needs clean thoughts, clean words, and clean environments. You may not realize it, but the people you spend time with are shaping you every single day. Their words, their attitudes, their energy, it all seeps into you silently like air. If you surround yourself with negativity, criticism, gossip, and constant complaining, your mind will slowly become heavy and dark. But if you surround yourself with encouragement, kindness, and inspiration, your mind will naturally grow lighter and stronger. There's a simple saying, show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Why? Because who you walk with determines where you end up. If you walk with people who always doubt, always fear, always drag you down, you will start carrying their weight. But if you walk with people who dream big, who see opportunities in problems, who lift you up when you fall, you will rise higher than you imagined. Let me give you an example. Imagine a garden. If you plant roses, but around them you allow weeds to grow wild, very soon the weeds will choke the roses. But if you carefully plant flowers and water them, the whole garden flourishes. Your mind is that garden. The people you allow close to you are the plants. Some will help you grow, some will choke your growth. Choose wisely. Think about it. When you are around someone who constantly criticizes, complains, and talks negatively about others, how do you feel after the conversation? Drained, right? It's as if they transferred their heaviness onto you.